Hey, you ever walk into a place and feel like the walls are holding their breath, just waiting for something to break? That's how it was when I first stepped into the Harper estate. This sprawling mansion in upstate New York, all marble and silence, like a museum for grief. I'm Lena Carter, and back then, I was just the new housekeeper, hired to dust the chandeliers and keep the ghosts at bay. But let me tell you, this job turned into something way bigger than scrubbing floors. It became a fight for a little boy's heart, and maybe even my own. It started with Ethan, this 5-year-old kid with big eyes and a cowboy hat he wore like armor. His mom, Sarah, had passed a year ago, and you could see it in the way he moved quiet, like he was afraid to make too much noise. His dad, James Harper, was this tech mogul, always in a suit, always looking like he carried the weight of the world. He'd lost Sarah to cancer, and it was like he'd locked his heart in a vault ever since. I got it. I'd lost my son, Caleb, to a rare illness when he was 6, and that kind of pain doesn't just fade. But Ethan, he was still here, and he needed someone to see him. One day, I'm on my knees picking up toy soldiers in the playroom when Ethan climbs onto my back, giggling, "Giddy up, Miss Lena." I'm laughing, playing along, when James storms in, face like thunder. "What the hell are you doing?" he snaps, voice sharp enough to cut glass. Ethan's hat hits the floor, and I freeze. "Mr. Harper, he just wanted to play," I say, standing slow, keeping my tone steady. "He's safe with me." James glares, all fire and ice. "Safe? You think I'd let some housekeeper put my kid in danger?" I hold his gaze, heart pounding. "He hasn't laughed like that in months, sir. Not since Sarah." That stops him cold, but he grabs Ethan and walks out, leaving the room heavier than before. That night, I couldn't sleep. The house was too quiet, like it was grieving too. I wrote James a letter, poured my soul into it, told him about Caleb, how I know what it's like to lose a child, how Ethan's silence was a cry for connection. I left it by his coffee machine, where he'd see it. Next morning, I catch him reading it, his face unreadable, but something shifts. He starts sitting with Ethan, awkward at first, reading picture books, listening to his chatter about dinosaurs. He even tells me, quiet like, "You're not just the housekeeper anymore, Lena. You're his nanny." My heart skips, but I just nod, knowing we're on fragile ground. Then enters Claire, Sarah's sister, all sharp heels and sharper words. She sweeps in one evening, uninvited, her designer coat screaming money. "James, this is a disgrace," she hisses, eyeing me like I'm dirt on her shoe. "You let this woman play mom to my sister's kid?" Sarah would be appalled. Ethan clings to my leg, his little voice shaking. "Miss Lena's nice, Aunt Claire." Her smile's all teeth. "Oh, darling, you don't know what's best for you." She turns to James. "I'm filing for guardianship. You're too broken to raise him." The air crackles, and I'm thinking, this isn't just grief. She wants control, maybe even the Harper fortune tied to Ethan's trust fund. Things spiral fast. Claire leaks stories to the press, painting me as a gold digger, twisting Caleb's death into neglect. Headlines scream, nanny or schemer? My past hospital bills, late nights working to pay them, gets dragged through the mud. Ethan sees one, his eyes wide. "Why do they say you're bad, Miss Lena?" I kneel, heartbreaking. "Because some folks don't like our kind of family, Ethan. But we know the truth." James, he's furious, pacing, calling lawyers. But he's also different, stronger. He starts the Hope Haven Foundation, a charity for grieving kids, and puts my name on it. "This is your story, Lena," he says. "Let's show them who you really are." The courtroom's a circus. Claire's lawyer tears into me. "Miss Carter, you lost your own son. How can you care for another?" My throat burns, but I answer, "I love Caleb with every breath. That's why I fight for Ethan, because I know what's at stake." Then Ethan takes the stand, clutching his hat. "Miss Lena saves me," he says, voice small but fierce. "She makes spaghetti like Mommy did. I want to stay with her and Daddy." The room goes dead quiet. Even Claire's smug face cracks. The judge rules for James. Ethan stays. Claire storms out, vowing to appeal, but for now, we've won. Back home, the kitchen smells of garlic and laughter. Ethan's slurping noodles, sauce on his chin, and James looks at me, eyes soft, and says, "You didn't just save him, Lena. You saved me." I'm about to brush it off when Ethan runs in, waving a drawing 3 stick figures under a sun and a tiny one with wings. That's Caleb, he whispers. He's watching us. My tears fall, and for the first time, I feel like I belong. But here's the thing, Claire's still out there, and the world's still watching. Did we win because of love, or because we fought harder? What makes a family anyway, blood? Or the people who stay through the storm? Tell me in the comments. What would you do if someone tried to tear your family apart? Hit that like button if this hit you in the feels, and share your story. I'm Lena, and I'm still here, fighting for the ones I love.